About universities, art institutions, in context of our country, Pakistan. How often do universities help students find jobs? Do they find you gigs, projects, clients, or do you have to do this all by yourself? Do they tell you how to be famous, how to be popular, how to market yourself, how to make your name, how to place yourself among others, how to stand out? Do they tell you, do they train you to master your specific required dream skill? Or do you have to be consistent in your practice, in your training to master it by yourself? What is the role of university or an art facilitator in your success, in your personal upbringing, in context of your career? For example, the question about the curriculum, is it designed since past many years, or you are a specific batch that the curriculum has been designed for you? Do you need a four-sided wall like a classroom to learn and teach art in this day and age of technology 2020? Or can you do that exact same thing, learn the skill of art from online without spending much, the fee of 8 semesters? Because there are multiple online resources available to acquire the skill that are open 24/7. For example, YouTube and many others. I'll name them. Another question which baffles me: is the BFA a criteria or a validation to become a successful artist or to gather shows in art galleries? Because this is my exploration that satisfies me in my research. It is a curiosity, the desire to improve my understanding of these questions. What is the teacher's role? Because that's only one or few before students standing in a classroom, transferring knowledge that is limited. Because he has been transferring that knowledge since his teaching career, and he has been doing that to all the students in the exact same way. Maybe he is up to date, but the process is the same. What are the pros and cons of online and offline teaching? Ken Robinson says school kills creativity. We are educated out of it because that architectural space is limiting, and it is not required to learn art. Some critics says that technological disruption is posing an existential threat to higher education because universities are going bankrupt. For example, Harvard. Due to this COVID pandemic, I look at education in a whole different new way that is much cheaper, which I will call academies. If someone wants to go and learn photography, you go to a photography academy, just like that. For example, if you want to make clothes, you go to a fashion academy or an art academy where you can learn visual arts and sculpture, many others, textile. You don't have to spend 4 years there. An academy will be much shorter, much cheaper, much less time consuming, and they will train you in your skill so that you can jump into the industry, become an entrepreneur, do freelance, and earn yourself money and for your family and for yourself. because self-taught artists can be better from degree holders. How many are there unemployed graduates you see on the streets in USA and UK? Because they have a lot of debt that they cannot repay, and they have a degree. What is the use of that degree if you're not employed, if you cannot make money out of it? Because art is something, I believe, is not restricted or bound to an architectural space to learn. You can learn it online. You just need a little motivation, and you don't need a formal education, because it's not that limiting. You don't need a degree to validate yourself and flaunt yourself in front of relatives and your family to stand out. So in the future of education, due to this pandemic, I see a lot less education, a lot less needed education, formal and cheaper. So make a wise decision and don't get yourself enrolled in a 4 years of art degree just because you want to be a fashion designer or an artist. Whatever you want to learn is all available on internet. You can do as much research as possible and get yourself equipped enough to get shows and perfect understanding of each and every artist from Renaissance till contemporary. Because it's just, universities are just money-making factories producing inequality in society.